Okay, we get an opponent here. So my opponent plays e4. I'm gonna respond with c5. The Sicilian defense, the most imbalanced opening in chess. My opponent plays bishop c4. I'm gonna play it the traditional way, which is knight to c6. Let's see what my opponent does. Oh, he plays c3. My opponent tries to break apart my center with c3 and d4. So I'm gonna respond with knight to f6, attacking e4. Oh yeah, right. He pre-moves knight to f3, which is a blunder of a pawn. Of course, I take. You shouldn't pre-move in rapid or classical chess. All right. Okay, he plays d4. I'm gonna play d5, attacking the bishop. Let's see what my opponent does here. Maybe he's trying to retreat the bishop to d3, but who knows? By the way, I'm playing 10 plus 5, which means 10 minutes plus 5 seconds increments. Okay, my opponent plays bishop to b5, pinning my knight to the king. I'm gonna take. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna take with. No, no, no. I'm going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play c takes d4. Right now, I'm gonna play um queen a5 check, forking the bishop on b5 and the king on e1. The best move is to play knight to c3. Of course, he plays it. I'm gonna take. The best move here is to white to take the knight on c6 with check. All right. I'm gonna wait for my opponent. Oh, he does not see that. Of course, I take the bishop. It's a free bishop. What white should have done is take the knight first with check, and then take my knight on c3. All right. Don't play like this. As you know. Okay. Black is black is completely winning because black is up a bishop and a pawn. All right. Okay. Bishop to a3. I don't know what that move does. I'm gonna play bishop to g4, pinning the knight to the queen on d1. Let's see what my opponent does here. My opponent cannot castle because my queen controls the diagonal, the light square diagonal. And yeah, let's see what my opponent does here. Rook to b1. All right, logical move. I'm gonna play maybe queen to a5 maybe. You know what? Queen to a5, attacking the bishop on a3. A very logical move so far by me. Let's see what my opponent is gonna do. Oh wow! My opponent doesn't see the bishop is hanging, so of course I'm gonna take. It's a free bishop. And okay, logical move. I'm gonna play e6. to strengthen up my center and also develop my dark square bishop. Of course, I can take a free pawn on c3, but it's too much. I have to, castle my king first because in chess, king safety is number one, and number two is actually piece development. Okay. What I'm gonna do is, I can, you know what? I'm gonna take. Oh, it. Okay. I'm gonna play bishop d6 maybe. Bishop d6 and wait, bishop d6. You know what? I'm gonna play bishop d6. Obviously, maybe my opponent is gonna play queen to b5. I'm gonna protect my knight with rook to c8, of course. Actually, in this position, my queen is a little bit offside. I mean, because my queen is standing on the edge of the board, which is not good at all. Let's see what my opponent is gonna do here. He's thinking he's down two pieces, which is not good at all. I mean, and also what's the worst is my opponent has double pawns on the f file, which means those pawns are the targets. Okay, my opponent is thinking a lot. Is he trying to double up on, I mean, triple up on the B file? I don't know. Let's just see what my opponent is gonna do. What White should have done when I take his knight on f3, he should just take back with the queen, not the pawn. Okay, okay. Wait, what? That's just a hanging up of a queen. My opponent doesn't know about how pawn captures, you know, and that's a free queen. I gotta take it, and I don't know. My opponent should study the basic chess, and yeah, I just castle here, and that's good. My rooks are connected. Okay, that's a good move. Mm, I'm gonna play knight to e7, trying to go to f5. The f5 square is very juicy for my knight. My opponent, okay, good move by my opponent attacking, but I'm gonna give a check. Okay, I can give a check. You know what? I'm gonna play knight to f5 because my knight is very strong on f5 square. My opponent plays a4. I'm gonna throw maybe no. That's a free pawn. I'm gonna take the free pawn on c3, and also the pawn on d4 is also hanging. So yeah, I have a lot of material here. So black is completely winning here. Completely. I mean, really winning. If If I was playing white here, I'm gonna resign because this is just completely lost. Black is up. Uh, a knight, a bishop, and a queen. And of course, I'm gonna take rook, and then I'm gonna take the pawn on d4. It's cause it's a free pawn, and it's attacking the rook on b3. Okay, good move by my opponents. Um, I'm gonna play bishop to e5. My bishop is very strong. Okay, mm, I'm gonna play knight to knight to e2. I'm gonna set up a mating net here. Let's see. I don't need to worry about white's pawn on, white's outside pass pawn on a6 because it doesn't do anything. To be honest, I mean, white's rook cannot go to b8 because okay. So I'm gonna play queen to f4. Oh, this is actually a mate. Yeah, it's almost, yeah, it's mate. I think almost mate. Maybe queen takes it to check. King f1. Really does not resign. Okay, I'm gonna take on. It's a free. I'm gonna. Hmm. You know what? I'm gonna save my knight. I'm gonna play knight to d4 again. It's unnecessary, obviously. I'm gonna give a check again, and it's mate. Wow. All right, we won the game, which is very good.